Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we're here for the OP Racing for Speedway Series season finale at the bumpy, the rough, the very much gotta drive this car, even though it's a super speedway, Daytona 2007. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is KR Stolfus, and in the booth with me tonight is a very special duo. That is none other than Dave Worrell and Jacob Sayers. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. And we're going to kick it off here with qualifying here as we got just kicked over into qualifying. Dave, so far this season has been one of outstanding races. Tell me a little bit about what you're looking forward to here in the season finale.
What I'm looking for here tonight, KR, is I'm looking for some of these guys who have at least one, but more so those guys with multiple wins already this season, to see if they're going to go out and try to put another one in the bank, or if we're going to have a new winner and possibly shake up the last few spots in the chase.
Yeah, there is a lot of desperate drivers, a lot of checkers or wreckers paint schemes out there tonight. As everyone knows, this is their last chance. And Jacob, as a driver here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series, you have been in these season finale races. What kind of pressure do you think these drivers are under who are just on the outside looking in?
They will be under more pressure than the pressure that Queen put on Vanilla Ice for stealing her beat. It will be either bring home the checkered flag or the steering wheel at the end of the race, no questions asked.
Well, I believe the tone and the tempo have been set. Give me the checkered flag or give me the steering wheel, as these drivers are all looking at playoffs here in the next week. Some drivers are already locked in. We have a few drivers who are locked in by points. In fact, it is so few, I can count them on two fingers, and I believe that makes it not 100% sure there. But man, oh man, if one of these drivers who is on the outside looking in wins this race here tonight, that means that one driver that was thinking about making it in on points does not do so. It is going to come down to a lot of good luck, a lot of good strategy, a lot of heads up driving here tonight. As I said, we are here at the bumpy Daytona Super Speedway Scan. This track, I've been on this track so many times, I can tell you it don't take much to end up in the wall here tonight, Dave.
Yeah, and I mean, here at the old track, I prefer that high lane because it's a little smoother than that bottom lane. It's bumpy. The car it's like you're driving a boat, basically. It's just all over the place. The front end just never fully gets settled. And I mean, I'd much rather be up close to that wall, but you play with disaster when you're up there. You're playing with fire, lap after lap. And I mean, Jacob, where would you rather run here on this bumpy old Daytona?
Well, just here or any super speedway, I'm on the bottom. One reason and one reason only. I have an exit. Either the backstretch or even to the berm. I will hop that curb just to dodge somebody in case of an accident. Top lane, I mean, yeah, you can go around the outside of them and pass them, but if there's an accident, you're stuck. Cars always go up, no way around it.
Well, right now we are already 5 minutes deep into qualifying. Alex Green in the 15. I have dubbed him as Mr. Excitement here in the OP Racing Series. He is one of those drivers that has got to win tonight. For the moment, he is doing what he needs to do to get that done. He has put his car in the top of our speed chart. Scott Bellum in the 07. He has a win on the season. So he is looking good. He is looking steady. But man, he would like to keep other competitors out of this race. And if he picks up the win tonight, that will be what happens. as he will keep someone else from winning. Obviously, as there can only be one winner, but that would maybe keep someone who is on the outside looking in from making it into the chase.
Nate DeFayette, KR, name we haven't said in at least a race or two. He may have the opportunity to come in here and shake that chase up. That 9's just now out on his, I believe it is his first time lap. So still some drivers out there to qualify that could come in here and change the whole scene for next week's race.
Yeah, it could. And Jacob, we lean on you heavily from your experience here with OP Racing. How important do you feel that qualifying is, drivers?
For this group and this part of the season, how much pressure you're under, and this race qualifying means quite a bit, because this track, passing is kind of hard. You have to do it in the beginning or you're stuck in line. There's no third groove here really, but if we was at the beginning of the season or even the middle of the season, qualifying, I wouldn't even worry about it. But right here, right now, I mean, look at the top 4, top 5. A lot of those guys, I mean, they definitely need these times. And, well, look at Alex Green. He definitely needs that pole.
Yeah, Alex Green, like I said, he is a driver that is looking to pick up the win, make his playoff chances. The other one that is up there is Josh Milam. Right now he is scored in 5th as Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine takes over the top spot for our pole position. But Josh Milam in a win or go home situation. Last week he was in front in the second row inside line behind his teammate Robert Duvendak, or I shouldn't say teammate, but behind Robert Duvendak, who ran out of fuel coming to the checkered flag. It dashed Josh Milam's hope of winning the race, gave the win to Rick Seabrans. Seabrans locks himself in to the chase with that win last week. But man, I'll tell you what, Josh Milam, he's going to be someone to watch this week. Alex Green's going to be someone to watch. Daniel Harrington, he is also one of those dark horses that could come out of nowhere. All these guys are sitting in very good qualifying spots right now.
Indeed.
Definitely. All right, guys, as we like to do here, we are going to step away for the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers have started to take to the grid here tonight in the finale. That means time to go through our starting lineup. Row number 1 will be made up of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, laid down a fast lap of a 49.057. The 15 machine of Alex Green rolling out on the outside of row number 1, doing what he needs to do, put himself in contention for the playoffs. Row number 2 will be Scott Bellum in the 07 and the 82 machine of Daniel Harrington. Row 3 will be Ken McCullough Jr. and Josh Milam in the 7. Row 4 will be Cody Ober in the 8, and the 4 of Rick Seabrand on his outside. Row 5 will be the 62 of Les Levy and the 04 of Mark Mann, who looks like he did not make it to the grid in time.
Starting inside row 6, the 77 of David Booth, followed by the 52 of Sean McCarrick. Row number 7, the 12 of Tristan Walker. And in 14th, that is Mark Vega. He is up in race control, though. Row number 8, 28 of Derek Connolly, the 95 of James Mayer. Row number 9, that 11, Chase Berry, being followed by the 40 of Anthony English. Row number 10, the 97 of Thomas Gould, the 9 of Nate DeFayette.
Row 11, Mike Schultz, Cody Eldred in the 14 machine. Row 12 will be the 10 of Robert Duvendak and the 35 of Doug Rice. Row number 13 will be David McCullough and David Overstreet. And row 14, Will Weber in the 24 machine as we get ready to go green flag racing here tonight. Pace car peeling off. Hunter Reynolds in control of the field. He gets on the throttle early. The 07 of Scott Bellum goes right with him. Alex Green got caught napping on the outside with Daniel Harrington getting to his back bumper. But green flag comes out, and already Alex Green losing a few spots there as he was dead on the throttle. Did not get to it easily or quickly. Now his teammate Cody Ober in front of him, but the 07 of Scott Bellum making a move to the outside. Here comes the 89 machine of Ken McCullough Jr. He's going to push Scott Bellum to the lead. And the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, even though he started on pole, he is in danger of not leading this first lap as we're already working our way through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Alex Green in the 15, working with Ken McCullough in the outer lane. Scott Bellum by a nose for the moment, and Bellum gonna lead this first lap. Jacob, that is a power move by the 07.
Yes, that was a big move for sure. But as they've settled back in line, everything seems to be smoothed out. Alex is going, looks like he's regained almost all of his spots, just sitting on the outside lane. JR, how do you see that Alex being able to save those positions?
Well, Alex had a great starting spot, but he ends up behind the 8 ball for the moment. I guarantee you he is not happy with that start. However, we do have a lot of racing here tonight. Lap 25 will be the end of stage 1. So Alex has got at least up to lap 25 to figure out where he went wrong and be ready for the next restart. But I'll tell you what, These drivers all know what is on the line right now. And Scott Bellum in the 07 continues to lead. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 machine gonna give him a shot down the back straightaway. Here comes the duo of Ken McCullough Jr. and Alex Green on the outside lane. And Dave, already we're starting to see these drivers mix it up a little bit here.
Yeah, been watching a little bit further in the pack than the two leaders up there. I know they're still neck and neck. Haven't got that sorted out just yet, but a lot of these drivers jockeying for position. I believe that was the 35 of Doug Rice that kind of shot down to the bottom that last lap right in front of another car. So all these drivers trying to pick and choose where they want to be right now, get comfortable with who they're around. Try to make it to the end of this stage one, especially drivers on the outside looking in.
The 89 machine of Ken McCullough leading the charge in the outside lane. He is no stranger to working in that outer lane. Right now, he is making it work for him as he leads from there. But on the inside, the 07 of Scott Bellum leads another lap. That is his 4th lap led of this race. So Scott Bellum already trying to make his mark on this race in what is the regular season finale. And man, this race is starting to build a lot of hype and a lot of pressure on everyone that is not in the chase but has a shot at it. Needs a win.
Right now, as they run, we have the entire field, I believe, excluding Mark Mann. For some reason, my timing is showing him 2 laps down right now, KR. Not sure if that's accurate, but everybody looks to be within about 2 seconds of each other. And 2 seconds here at a restrictor plate track is timing one move the correct way, and you can make that up easily. So the whole field still has it within their reaches to pull some moves here and work their way up to the front.
Cody Ober in the 8 machine right now. He is the 3rd car on inside lane. He is teammates with the 15 Alex Green. Those drivers out of the I want to be stable. They are working for the moment to try and get into the chase. Can it happen? Daniel Harrington in the 82 also out of that stable. So Harrington might be a factor for these drivers as well. Whether or not Harrington gets a win or pushes a teammate, keep in mind those are 3 drivers who are going to try and work together. And for the moment, those 3 drivers all very close to each other. We'll see how that plays out as the 62 of Les Levy. He is running what should have been a very special paint scheme here tonight, but trading paints not working to his favor, and it does not show his paint scheme of a checkers or wreckers. And he is going to try and bring either the checkered flag or the steering wheel as we got drivers breaking away here early for pit road.
Now that is a little shocking. Already hitting pit road. Looks like that group's playing this thing backwards. As soon as the fuel window opened, they came on down to go ahead and fill up and carry this thing out to the end of stage number 1.
Jacob, what can you tell us about the drivers that have just hit pit road here?
Well, they're all very talented individuals. I'll give them that. Quite frankly, they may have pitted because there was a car that grazed the wall and they may have ducked down to pit lane just to play it safe. However, pitting this early, I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. It's definitely a gamble this early, but what do I know, right?
Well, you've been out there with these guys, so we're going to trust you to know more than what we do. However, David Overstreet is going to hit pit road this time as well, all by himself. That cannot be a good move by that machine as we go on forward with the 89 machine. Is running a very patriotic paint scheme. I love that paint scheme by the 89 here tonight.
I still love that 04.
Well, that love for the 04, you're gonna have to love him a little bit more. He has got to dig himself out of the hole as he is 2 laps down. The 0-2 of David Overstreet is now 1 lap down. So this race already is seeing some pit strategy come into effect and really create some issues for these drivers that they have a big hole to dig out of.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a long night out here. I mean, no matter how you slice it, it's still 100 laps around Daytona International Superspeedway. So these are long laps and a lot of laps still left in tonight's race. So you got a chance to go down early. This was stage number 2 and you were down 2 laps. You might be in a little bit more trouble.
As these cars work their way through the corners, you can see just how bumpy this Daytona surface is. They all just ride through the bumps. These drivers all having their elbows up, every single one of them driving what they are worth. Alex Green in the 15. For the moment, he is leading the charge on the outside line. He has led the last 2 laps. Leading a lap, though, is not going to get it done for him unless it is the last lap. And that 15 machine, he is acting like he is a man on a mission. But there are 25 other drivers out here tonight who are going to try and spoil his plans. And Jacob, if you're Alex Green right now in that 15, it's a must-win situation. Well, I mean, but do you try and push as hard as it seems like he is this early?
Honestly, no. I wouldn't. I would have got my lap lit at that point and then fall back, start saving fuel. I don't think these guys can make it all the way to the end of the stage on 1 tank. So that may have been why the couple other guys have already pitted. But I'd save some gas, make sure I can get to the end of the stage, get some stage points, and just take it 1 stage at a time. Make sure you have a clean car at the end of each stage, and then be ready to throw down at the last 10 laps. That's basically what he's going to need is open a prayer and a winning lottery ticket.
Stage 1 is going to end. Then they cross the start-finish line on lap 25. Should a caution overlap that as Alex Green drops down to the inside lane. But should a caution overlap that, when the caution flag flies, the person out in front will be declared the stage winner. Alex has said himself, he is in a must-win situation. See if he can pull it off here tonight. Daniel Harrington in the 82, also one of those drivers like to pick up a win. He's done so in a previous season. This year, not so much. He has had a rough time this year, but Harrington would not be a stranger to victory lane here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series on Monday night. Guys, if you are interested in joining the Monday Night League, you have to join OP Racing's Feeder Series and then get invited into the Monday night. They ran the K&N cars here last Saturday, and they went flag to flag, caution free, in what was a spectacular race. Fortunately, we weren't here to broadcast it, but man, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of great driving there all night long. All right, guys, I'm already out of breath, and we're only on lap 15.
A lot to talk about. There's a lot of things at stake here, KR. You got a race win, number 1. Well, first off, we can go with a stage win. Then you got a race win. Chase is in effect here tonight. Who's going to be in? Who's going to be out? When are you going to stop for gas? Who are you going to make that run to the front with? There's a lot going on out there on track. Now you see Rick Seabrands in the 4 pushing Daniel Harrington in that outside lane. Looks like he's going to almost clear Alex Green. Not going to be able to do it. Alex side drafting a little bit going into believe that is turns number 1 and 2 here. And the 89 of Ken McCullough Jr., he's still right there on the rear bumper of that 15. So, I mean, there's a lot of action all over the track. Some of the cars back behind these top 8 drivers have kind of single filed, probably getting ready to hit pit road here in the next few laps. And we'll see if we can't keep this thing green to the end of stage number 1. Alex Green really slow off of turn 4. That lets that the entire outside line almost go by. Daniel Harrington drops to the bottom. Will lead that lap.
Now Rick Seabrand's in the 4, dropping in the bottom. The 97 of Thomas Gold on the outside lane. He is the 2 of David McCullough working with him. They have a full head of steam. Here comes the 97 machine on the outside. Can he make this pass? Can he complete it as they head into 3 and 4? And Jacob, now we have the 4 machine out front. Tell me what you're seeing out there.
I'm seeing green flag pit stop starting right now. I was watching that second pack that pitted on lap 8. They were almost a turn ahead of this first pack, but they're going to recycle onto the lead lap. But knowing Rick Seabrand, our leader, the most winningest guy in OP history, him and that team that they run with, they will run those cars until there is just fumes and air. Just nothing in the tank whatsoever. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them go at least another lap or maybe even 2 laps before they hit the pit lane.
We're looking out the back of Derek Conley. It looks like the rest of our drivers,
Caution.
as we have a caution out. And that was on the front stretch. It looked like someone got sideways as they tried to come off a pit road. I am not sure who that was, so if anyone could point me in that direction. We had several drivers trying to make it on the pit road when that flew. This is going to throw everything into a big old mess.
KR, that was one of our drivers that needed to get a win to get in. That was the 15 of Alex Green. Looks like he just gassed it up and kind of looped it there.
All right, let's look and see what happened to Alex Green. He is in his pit stall, rolls out of the second pit box, gets on the throttle on a hard exit, makes the corner there, grabs a gear, slides up in front of the 9 of Nate DeFayette, grabs another gear. Unfortunately, there was a car coming his way, so Alex Green making an early mistake here to bring out the caution. And that is going to give the lead to the 97 of Thomas Gold. But man, this is really going to shake the field up. Some drivers were making the break for pit road when that caution came out. Holy cow.
I think that's going to have some drivers pushing in that clutch right here, KR. Jacob, I don't know if you might know a little better than us up here in the booth, but how many laps can these guys actually get running this far into the fuel run if they haven't been saving any gas?
Well, I'm very bad at math in general, so I want to say, if I remember right, I believe it was around that 18, 20 mark, maybe. But if you're like Thomas Gold or even Rick Seabrand, that was coming to pit lane, he ducked down when the caution flag came out. You're flipping that switch, pressing that clutch pedal the whole way, hoping, you know, Al Gore turned you into a hybrid for these next couple caution laps.
And with all of that going on, it is now going to cycle around and give the lead to the 82 of Daniel Harrington for the moment. So guys, with that being said, we're going to step away for a moment for a little bit of a break. We'll be right back to reset this field as we don't even know what's going on just yet. No one go anywhere. We'll be back for the end of stage number 1.
wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is starting to line up behind the Ford Mustang. Daniel Harrington in the 82 in control of the field. The 9 machine of Nate DeFayette going to start on his outside. The 8 machine of Cody Ober going to make up row number 2 on the inside. On his outside will be the 07 of Scott Bellum. Drivers are working their way down the backstretch. We are going to look at a 2-lap shootout to the end of stage number 1. And already we have seen some drivers make some errors, seen drivers charge to the front in this race, living up to everything it is supposed to be in a season finale with the playoffs on the line here tonight. Daniel Harrington in control of this field. Jacob, Dave, holy cow, could this race get any better?
I don't think so.
No, it's got just about everything except for a all-you-can-eat buffet.
And maybe a Chevy Silverado leading this thing, but it's whatever. Pace car peeling off. Here we go. Daniel Harrington gets on the throttle. Green flag is out, and away we go as Nate DeFayette is going to lose it on the throttle. He is going to stack up the field behind him. Everyone getting collected in that one. Well, I say everyone, but everyone having to react. And Hunter Reynolds facing the wrong way. Nate DeFayette in the 9 machine tried to power up, could not get the power down. And it is going to go to Daniel Harrington for the stage win. Holy cows, Harrington has a big old chunk taken out of his right side now. I did not see that coming.
Well, I was a little bit concerned and worried about it, talking to Jacob through our commercial break there. We were noticing the times on pit road, these drivers electing to, it looks like, only take left sides or none at all. And you've seen what happened to the 15 of Alex Green. He tried to gas it up and looped it, and that's exactly what happened on that restart. He hit the gas and yanked that gear and just lost control.
Yeah, Nate DeFayette would love to have that restart back as we go to a turn 3 replay. Scott Bellum in the 07 getting involved. You see a lot of drivers getting bumped from that one. Take one more look at it. Soon as they grabbed second gear, it looks like the 9 just spun his tires. Everyone trying to get around him. 77 getting involved. Hunter Reynolds, Eric Conley. Several drivers hard on the brakes to allow for the 9 to some room there to get rolling. Man, already 82 is back on the pit road. End of stage number 1. So once he finishes with his pit stop, we'll get a quick interview in with our stage 1 winner. And man, I'll tell you what, that was yeah. Whew.
That one was interesting to say the least. I did not see that one coming. I thought they were all gonna tiptoe it around, get ready for a second stage, but I've been wrong before. I guess I was wrong again.
Man, I'll tell you what, this race is gonna have it all. I hope y'all are strapped into your seats tight, because it is gonna be one for the books here tonight. Oh, man.
I'm waiting, KR, had a little bit of everything in the first stage. See if we can't do maybe a fuel strategy for this second stage. Go ahead and knock everything you could possibly think of besides a tornado or all-you-can-eat buffet, as Jacob alluded to earlier. I'm kind of hungry myself right now, so I'd vote for the buffet. But man, oh man, never disappointing.
All right, let's see if we can't get a word in with our stage 1 winner. That is the driver of the 82 machine, sporting the Demon Tech over on Twitch. Check him out while you can. Daniel Harrington, you got your ears on, my friend?
Oh yeah.
Daniel, you pick up stage win number 1 here tonight. We're looking at a 2-lap shootout, but Nate DeFayette looked like he had other plans. Got on the throttle a little bit too hard. How tore up is your race car for the moment?
They hammered on it for a handful of seconds. It looks like they got it pounded down pretty much. Should be all right. I think I should be all right for now.
All right, that 82 machine though, winning stage number 1. Your first step to making it in victory lane. Can you repeat? Can you go 2 for 2? Can you even win this race here tonight?
I'm gonna have to if I want to get in the chase. It's gonna be between me and even my teammates. They're looking for a win to get in too, so we're gonna work together all the way up to the end. But you know, that last lap, there ain't no friends.
No friends here at Daytona on the last lap. I would agree with that. Well, man, congratulations on the stage win. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Just, the usual shout out to the wife for letting me race, and, the OP guys for putting on a good show. And then, on the car, we got Checkpoint XP. It's a really cool radio show that does esports and gaming. Check them out at checkpointxp.com.
All right, man, Checkpoint XP. There you go. Good shout out for them. Once again, congratulations on your stage. And out of the DEI wannabe stable, that is Daniel Harrington, driver of the 82 machine. All right, so now, instead of the caution flag flying on lap 25, kind of slowing the field down, make it, let's say, stage 2 is going to end on lap 50. When the caution flag flies on lap 25, you have about 20 laps or so. Green flag racing, stage 1 and stage 2. Caution flag came out a little bit earlier. We're gonna see about 2 more extra laps here in this stage. How much do you guys think that will change the strategy for stage 2?
If it's me and I'm one of those guys running up front already, and I find myself up front 10 to 15 laps into this run, I'm staying out. I'm gonna roll the dice and hope I saved enough gas under these cautions to finish the stage out and start cutting that thing off to get back around to get some fuel in it. But I mean, why not? Why not take a chance at winning the stage? The fuel mileage gonna be pretty close, but I mean, if you're on the outside looking in, KR, I mean, what's the worst that happens? You run out of fuel and get your lap back at the end of the stage. So I mean, you almost have nothing to lose.
Thomas Googled in the 97. Right now, he is full of this. He's gonna be the one to watch here in this card. I think Thomas has something to prove. Rookie here for the OP Racing Series. Would love to pick up his first win of the season. Field starts to form up to go flag racing once again. Several drivers hit pit road, top off their tanks. The drivers that have hit pit road here, they might have a shot to make it all the way to the end of it. But man, if I'm in that 97, I'm out front. I'm not giving up a pit. I'm not giving up my running position for a pit stop until I have to. All right, guys. Jacob, that 97, he's a rookie out here.
Yes, he is. He's got quite a bit to prove, considering the top three. I mean, you got Daniel Harrington, and then basically the Richard Petty of OP, as I would call it. So he's definitely in good company. But then you've got Robert Duvendak, who is outside looking in, so I know he's going to be wanting to make some moves. And then you have Cody Ober as well. Don't know where he's sitting at in points, but I know he is always up in the mix whenever it comes down to the final countdown.
Yeah, Duvendak last week was about a straightaway from being somebody to win. Come off a turn number 4, ran out of fuel. Here he is once again up front. Now we're still early, not even a halfway point, but Duvendak in a must-win situation in the front of the field. Here we go, green flag back out. Gould in the 97 on the loud pedal. Daniel Harrington, our stage 1 winner, gonna restart on his outside, trying to build some momentum. Duvendak gonna abandon him, drop down to the inside right in front of Les Levy into 62. Cody Ober gonna move up to the high side to try and work with his teammate Daniel Harrington. Harrington not sure where he wants to run just yet, has not given up on the bottom or the top side. Now he moves to the top side, and the 4 Rick Sebrands and the 97 of Thomas Gould all by themselves down the backstretch. Rick not making any moves just yet as he is pushing that 97 through turns 3 and 4. And Jacob, we kicked off stage 2 here. Someone's gonna win this one. Who do you think it could be?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's somebody in the back, maybe Chase Berry or even Tristan McCarroll. Just because I know how they race. They race in the back, these first couple laps. Y'all know cautions read caution. Maybe they might catch a break, keep a clean car towards the end of the stage, or who knows, it might be somebody running up front for all 20 laps that we have till the end of the stage. What about you, Dave?
I'm gonna have to put my money on that 4. Veteran, been to victory lane more than anybody. So I think experience from a veteran is for sure something that you would like to have in your driver out there. And Les Levy, how about that KR up in the front now, leading this thing across the line for the lap 32. So heck of a job out there by Les.
Yeah, Les in a must-win situation as well. As I mentioned, he wanted to have a Checkers or Wreckers paint scheme that is very similar with all of his teammates at Checkered Flag Motorsports. However, for whatever reason, Trading Paint said, no, we're not going to let you run that one. But Les running what is stock iRacing paint scheme. But yeah, he is out front. Has led his first lap of the race, and a talented driver in his own right. However, just unable to find victory lane here in the OP Racing Speedway Series on Monday night. Daniel Harrington in the 82, though, trying to play spoiler to the 60 plans, starting to build some momentum. He has a teammate behind him in the outside lane as they work their way through turns 1 and 2 onto this Daytona backstretch. And man, I just cannot get over the bumps that are on this track and how well these drivers are running side by side, knowing that this car could be upset at any moment.
I wonder if any of them are wearing mouthpieces as their teeth are chattering together, hitting those bumps. We've got drivers hitting pit road here, so that's going to shake up the top of the field. Rick Sebrands, Robert Duvendak, all hitting pit road. I believe Mark Mann is also on pit road.
The 04 of Mark Mann has hit pit road. He is still struggling 2 laps down, but that won't stop me from breaking from tradition. And Mark Mann, hopefully this helps get you back on pit road. Or not pit road, the lead lap. Oh gosh, I just ruined it for him. Ruined. Done. He's done. He'll never finish now. Sorry.
I can come have a beer, worst case. Don't worry about it.
Meanwhile, the 62 of Les Levy continues the lead. Daniel Harrington in the 82 trying to make a run on that outside lane. He's got a good shove from the 8 of Cody over as they work through the tri-oval. Levy gonna lead that lap as well, put 4 laps led by the 62 machine. Score them now and continue to count them. That 62 looks like he is a man on the mission, but don't forget about the 15 of Alex Green. Saw him loop it to bring out the first caution, but he has made a recovery. Here he is, third car in the outside lane, and a very different pit strategy here for these drivers. And our second group of drivers is being led by the 4 machine. Now make it the 95 of James Mayer. 3 cars here trying to work together. The 04 of Mark Mann currently running in 26th spot, is 2 laps down. Ken McCullough in the 89. He is the first car 1 lap down. We started 26 cars here tonight, 24 on the lead lap. Only 2 cars have not completed all the laps just yet. Ken McCullough, first car 1 lap down. Mark Mann 2 laps down. And these drivers have no quit in them. We'll see these guys back on the lead lap before the night's end. I am sure of it.
No quit at all in that 15. You're absolutely right. Go ahead, Jacob.
I've been watching the 116 of Mike Schultz. I don't know if something's wrong with his car. It looks completely clean on my side of it, but he lost about 5 positions in the last 2 laps. But I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Derek Conley. No front end on the car, and he is still out there making it happen.
Yeah, that 28 machine missing his front end as we're talking about Mike Schultz, but we're noticing the 28. Now he has got an uphill battle, but all of these drivers have 1 fast repair. A good move by the 28. Wait until the end of stage number 2. Hope that you can keep up with everyone hitting pit road this time. The 28 almost got into the back of the 51 if he did not, or I'm sorry, the 52. And man, yeah, if Conley can hold on to that fast repair till the caution flag flies for the end of stage 2, he's going to be in a good position. But Les Levy staying out, continuing to cycle around, continuing to lead laps here tonight. Daniel Harrington, though, our stage 1 winner, still holding tough on that outside lane. These 2 drivers here throughout stage 2 have been our solid front runners so far.
And looking into it a little bit deeper here, KR, trying to do the math, I don't think these drivers can make it. I don't think Daniel Harrington, Les Levy, Cody Ober, or any of those drivers up front can make it. I don't even think Scott Bellum in the 07, running in 10th position right now, I don't even think he would be able to save enough to make it all the way to the end. They're about 12 laps away, and they already have 12, 13 laps on this fuel run here. So I don't think the math is going to work out for any of those front runners.
Now they will have to hit pit road. Their tanks will run dry before the end of this stage. But when you're out front like this, you're kind of stuck in that strategy of holding your track position. So you absolutely have to hit pit road. The drivers who have made pit stops, the 4 machine of Rick Seabrands, right now he is leading everyone that has made their pit stop for stage number 2. They can go to the end of this stage should it stay caution free. Seabrands finds himself 36 seconds behind our race leaders, but right in front of him is the 14 of Cody Eldred. Cody was part of those drivers who have made a pit stop, but he had done it about 5 laps sooner. Now he joins this battle. He's going to tuck in behind the 95 of James Mayer. So I'm not sure if Cody can make it, but he is going to be very close on fuel to make it to the end of stage number 2. We go back to our leader, the 62, Les Levy, still battling with the 80 of Daniel Harrington. as I mentioned, you can follow Harrington at Demon Tech 82. Doug Rice also is out on Twitch. He is streaming this race as well, the 35 machine. You can find him. It's Piranha. I am drawing a blank. He's going to be so mad at me. It's Piranha something. And he is live on Twitch right now. If anyone can help me out here, that would be awesome.
I wish I had something for you, KR. I truly do. But Josh Milam was a driver that hit pit road right about a lap or two ago. I believe he was able to latch onto the back of Rick Seabrand's and Mark Mann's group here. Finds himself third car outside row 95 of James Mayer, leading that outside line. Being pushed by the four of Rick Seabrand's. Mark Mann's leading the bottom lane right now. Juvendak pushing him.
Drivers starting to get single file, and I had to look it up, but Doug Rice, Piranha Z06 on Twitch. If you'd like to get a good in-car camera, you can check that out, Piranha Z06 or Demon Tech 82. Two drivers streaming this race live on Twitch as well as here at Turn 3 Racing Network. And I'll tell you what, a lot of good and talented drivers putting on show here tonight. We saw the 26 of Hunter Reynolds dive down in the inside lane. Got a lot of cars now that have gone one lap down. The first car one lap down, that is a 116 of Mike Schultz. He's working that high line, staying out of the way of the leaders. But these leaders have not hit pit road just yet. It is only a matter of time before they have to hit pit road. In fact, I'd give it about 2 to 3, maybe 4 laps, 5 laps, gonna be pushing it. But yeah, they're getting real close to green flag pit stops here for our lead group. Jacob, our drivers now looking at green flag pit stops here in the front of our pack to complete this pit stop cycle.
Oh, absolutely. Either probably next 2, maybe 3 laps, like you said. The big thing in here is being mistake-free. I was watching fellow teammate Chase Berry. I hate to see the guy have some bad luck, but he flipped the commitment cone coming in with the rest of his teammates, had to serve the drive-through. Now he's a lap down, so being mistake-free is just as big as being clean during the race.
For Chase Swery in the 11 machine, and we haven't really talked too much about Chase Swery and that paint scheme. I'm going to take a little bit of credit as I got to pick that paint scheme here tonight. I always do enjoy interacting with the drivers. Chance I get. Chase said, hey man, I want you to decide the paint scheme. He had 2 amazing paint schemes for me to choose from. This is what we ended up with. I'll tell you what, that Joker paint scheme, he was set out to tackle Mark Mann in Batmobile. So far, he has not yet been able to race him, but is beating moment Batmobile.
For the time being, just wait a minute. It's Batman. He's got. Have you seen his belt?
Got that utility belt. Pretty sure a couple $1 million in that belt, and you know all that good stuff. But yeah, Batman finding himself 2 laps down for the moment. Les Levy though, running a great race so far here in stage number 2. He will have to hit pit road for too much longer. We got a few cars breaking for pit lane. That includes our race leader of Les Levy. He is going to give up the lead to David McCullough in the 2 machine. And Mike Schultz getting back on the lead lap, along with Nate DeFayette in the 9. Both those drivers now last car on the lead lap, as McCullough in the 2 is going to get a few more miles out of his fuel tank than everyone else. 52 machine, that is Sean McCarrick. He is right there in this group, but he is 1 lap down. He is the first car 1 lap down. You would love to see that 2 machine hit pit road, able to be on the lap. As the caution flag is going to come out, we have trouble with Anthony English in the 40, the 8 of Cody Ober. What has happened here? Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay to find out, as it looks like the 97 was slow, working through turns 3 and 4. Everyone trying to squeeze by. Gould unable to make it, tags the 40, the 8 gets turned, the 82 gets turned, the 28 hard into the inside wall. Oh man, what a mix-up that was. As Gould, not sure what happened to him. He was slow, running right through the middle. I am trying to figure out what went wrong here. Thomas Gould just running all by himself, had no drafting help, everyone trying to split him. And the 40 and the 97 make contact. The 40 is going to tag the 28. Cody Ober looks like he tried to spin to miss it. We go on board with the 8 machine of Ober. You can see the drivers up ahead. And Ober checked up and just got turned by the car behind him. Cody Ober not hitting anything too hard. Good news for him.
That was a hard hit for Derek Conley, though.
All right, the 2 of David McCullough hitting pit road. That caution came out right as he was trying to brake for pit road. Not what he wanted to see. That will give the lead to the 77 of David Booth if he does not come down pit road. However, the stage win going to go to the 2 machine of David McCullough, as he had the lead when that caution came out. Let's see if we can't get a word in with White Trash Racing driver David McCullough in the 2 machine. David, you got your ears on, man?
Oh yeah, go ahead, buddy.
And you pick up stage win number 2 by having, well, let's just say a little bit extra in the tank. You were the last car to come down pit road. It looked like you were making your commitment to pit lane when that caution came out. Tell us about that stage 2.
Yeah, I wanted to pit a lap before that, but I got stuck up there on the high side. So, yeah, I had to go one more. I had enough, and the wreck. Yeah, worked out.
Well, it looks like you were able to have enough fuel to make it around under yellow, hit pit lane, get some fuel, and you are ready to rock out here in stage number 3. Tell me, what are your chances of winning this thing here tonight?
Well, 50-50, I guess, like anything else.
All right, 50-50, you say. What can you maybe make it 60-40?
Go green rest of the way, and everybody get on green flag stops. It seems to help spread out the field and make it a little easier. But if we all bunched up right there at the end, who in the hell knows what's going to happen?
All right, David. Well, congratulations on stage 2 win, man. I'm rooting for you to win this race. That win gonna go a long way for your playoff hopes, as you are in a must situation. Your teammate Kenneth McCullough finding himself also in a must-win situation. Is there any team strategy here to find you guys at the front?
Nah, shit, we thought Kenny was locked in.
Well, yeah, he's got that, I believe he picked up a win earlier this season, but it doesn't mean that you two won't work together and try and win this thing.
Yeah, yeah, he'll be there at the end. Oh.
All right, man. Well, good job on stage 2 and picking up the win. Any special thank yous you need to give?
Yeah, just to the OP guys, they do a good job. To the broadcast, I ain't never heard of Kenny and Chris. I see it through them, so y'all do a good job.
All right, that is David McCullough picking up stage 2 win, driver of the White Trash Racing number 2 machine. And man, those White Trash Racing guys, they always find a way to make the stuff interesting.
Well, there's no third lane for him to be in, so why not be up here, the booth, with a in-race interview?
And we can make it. Jacob, tell you what, why don't you tell us about some of these other drivers we haven't talked a lot about here tonight?
Well, like who, KR? Take your pick and we'll talk about them.
Well, someone in YouTube chat said they're feeling neglected, feeling left out. That would be the driver, one Travis Elliott, who I believe he's in Hawaii, giving us a hard time in the YouTube chat. That guy's in Hawaii, so why should we give him any sort of credit?
Well, he is on his honeymoon right now, so I think that is some credit. Congrats to Mr. Elliott on getting married. He actually doesn't live too far from me, and I've met him a couple times in person. Great guy. So, hi Travis, we miss you, and can't wait to see you and your usual Monster Energy car back on track whenever you get back, or if you come back. I don't blame you if you don't. Indiana sucks.
Well, that is where that 51 machine has been, if anyone is wondering, trying to find his way married life. But we are going back. Green flag racing. David McCullough, our stage 2 winner, holds on to the top spot for the moment. The 24 of Will Weber leading the charge on the outside lane. Here we go. Stage number 3 underway. Final 50 laps of tonight's event. Final race of the regular season. All these drivers in a must-win situation who are on the outside looking in. That would include the 2 of David McCullough. Kenneth McCullough already having a race win earlier this season and locked himself into the chase from the White Trash Racing stable. Rick Seaburns picking up the win last week. He's locked into the chase. A couple drivers here in the top 4 not necessarily locked in. That is the 2 of David McCullough and the 10 of Robert Duvendak as Les Levy makes his way off of pit road. He finds himself 1 lap down now, and that situation's not good for Les. But a lot of racing still to go as Rick Seaburns in the 4 makes a move to the outside lane.
And I was just waiting for that move to happen. He seemed to be all over the rear bumper of McCullough a few times through the corner. I seen Robert Duvendak jump to the outside, and then it was just a matter of time. Why wouldn't you get out there, give your teammate a little bit of a pull on you here? Should get a run from Will Weber to get to the back of him and give him a little bit of a shove. Hopefully lead this race for that 10 who desperately needs a win here tonight.
Rick Seaburns in the 4 picking up his first lap lead, locking himself in to the chase last week with his first win of the season. He had a good points run going to. He was looking at making it in on points, but with that win, he is a solid lock for playoff contention. However, the 10 of Robert Duvendak leading the charge in the outside lane. He is one of those drivers who needs a win to make it happen. As I had mentioned before, he was a straightaway away from making it happen when he ran out of fuel. Well, here he is once again out in front of this outside lane, trying to win once again. And man, strategy, the tension, the racing. Holy cow, this has got it all here tonight.
Buy the whole seat, but you only need the edge for tonight.
I don't know if I need the edge.
My feet start to hurt if I stand too long.
I was gonna say, you guys are. I don't. Man, I wish I had a camera on me right now because my hands are doing things I don't know about, like full on going Ricky Bobby here. Don't know what to do with my hands because I'm talking with my hands, but no one can see it. I'm that excited about this race. We're in lap 55 of 100. Duvendak now starting to get a good run down the backstretch as Will Weber in the 24 machine and give him a nice shot as they head off into turn 3. Duvendak going to drop down to the inside line. That's going to give the lead to Weber of the outer lane. However, Duvendak leading that inside lane now. We see a changing of the guard here, starting to pick up where we left off last race, with Duvendak and Seabrands battling for the lead.
What I'm not liking out of that bottom lane right now, KR, is that top lane has more cars in it, closer grouped together, so the momentum's going to eventually get to that 10 of Robert Duvendak. It's just a matter of what will you like that, didn't you? What will Weber, dang, I could not say that. What's he going to do once he gets up there? My tongue don't work. Just don't work today.
Well, I'd give you some tips about how to make your tongue work better. I'm going to have to defer to Mr. Elliott on that.
I didn't sign up for this part of the show.
All right, back to it. The racing on track. Duvendak leading it in the 10 machine, has led 2 laps now. Has this entire field behind him. Bill Weber in the 24, starting to mount a charge in that outside lane. Here comes the 7 of Josh Milam, 3rd car in the outer lane. Someone else that is in a must-win situation. If he can't win, he really needs to score as many points as possible. It is that close for the 7 machine. Several other drivers also maybe trying to make it in on points. And man, it is going to be one of those races where it is going to come down to the last lap. See who is going to make it. And, well, we're here for all of it.
Been watching the 15 of Alex Green. He's just sitting there. He's been coming forward, leaning back, slowly getting there, not fighting his time really, but he's got a clean car, running in the top 10, so he's definitely recovered from that first lap incident. But I mean, who knows, he might get it together. I'm kind of hoping he does, but just to see our league owner win one, but we never know.
No, and that is the beauty of super speedway racing. You never know what is going to happen. Everyone that is out on the lead lap when the white flag drops has the chance of winning. Alex Green started on the front row here tonight, has led a few laps, finds himself now working it out of a hole as we have a few drivers hitting pit road that are being led by the 7 of Josh Milam, the 12 of Tristan Walker also hitting pit road, Hunter Reynolds in the 26, the 28 of Derek Conley, and the 11 of Chase Query all on pit road this time. So early pit stops for those group of drivers. Duvendak, however, still leading the charge, but here comes Will Weber on the outside. For the moment, he has the lead by a car length and a half, now making a car length as they head into pit. Wow, that's turn 3. That's not pit road, KR. You, my friend, are a demon. Nothing, no, you guys not going to save me? No, we're just going to leave it at that?
Yeah, I think you need to quit drinking, KR.
Well, I was just figuring what's left to be said.
Woo, turn 3 is the new pit road, guys. I'm going to make it happen. All right, Duvendak still out front now. Here comes Will Weber once again down the backstretch, trying to make a pass. Weber in that checkered flag Motorsports 24 machine. 0-2 of David Overstreet, pushing him on the high line through 3 and 4. Both of those drivers' teammates working together. 95 machine of James Mayer out of the Alliance Motorsports stable, trying to join up with his teammate Rick Sebrands and Robert Duvendak. And Mayer find a way to win this one. Will it go to Duvendak? Will it go to Sebrands? Will it go to Will Weber, the rookie of the field right now? We have a couple other rookies. That is David Overstreet, David Booth. Those guys all in the top 6. Looking at 8th place, Nate DeFayette, another rookie in the 9 machine. Nate, however, spun his tires on our first caution restart of the night. Had a nice recovery since then. Right now, finding himself back inside the top 10.
Looking at something at the cars on track, KR, looks like Anthony English is right there behind James Mayer. So that's 4 of those Alliance Motorsports drivers up there inside. I believe they're all running inside the top 6. So that was something that was taking place just before our last caution. So I wonder if there's some kind of strategy going on up there to get all those guys up to the front first and foremost, and then maybe let Duvendak and Mayer settle it between them, leaving those inside and outside lanes.
Jacob, the laps are starting to count down. Drivers feel the pressure as each lap ticks by. Or is that something that you're not paying attention to when you're out there racing?
No, you're really not paying attention to the laps. Or even the lap count. The only thing I look at when racing laps wise is that fuel gauge. Other than that, I'll look maybe with 10 to go, maybe even 15 to go, but other than that, I'm not worried about this midway in the race, I guess you would call it. But I just want to be out there running laps, keeping my car clean, not dooring anybody or side drafting somebody too hard. We'll save all that for turn 4, last lap. But right now, we're just practice. We're talking about practice. All inside the race, not worried about anything.
Well, Dave, we starting to see different pit stop strategies, and I am kind of getting a little too worked up, a little too excited about all this.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll let you get a hold of Travis because your tongue's not working either. But the strategy's playing out right now. We had a couple drivers pit 3 or 4 laps ago. They pitted with about 10 to 11 laps into this green flag run here. That's just inside of the fuel window to make it to the end of this race. Yes, they'll still have to stop 2 more times, I believe, till they get to the end of this thing. Everybody's going to have to stop at least 2 times in this last segment of the race. I just don't know if I would bank on it going green to the end and getting this far off this early into this final stage. I would stay out with the leaders, Robert Duvendak, Rick Sebrands. They seem to have a good strategy going. They have been up front all night long since winning the 2nd stage. David McCullough staying up there as well. Will Weber maintaining on that high line, he has Douglas Rice just behind him. And Jacob, that Alliance Motorsports team's starting to get closer and closer to each other on that bottom lane.
Yeah, I've been watching that as well, and we all know what happens when you get a little too close. You find out somebody other's crew members stuck a magnet in each other's cars, and you just so happen to meet in the middle. I don't like racing my teammates that way, but it is what it is, and they're coming in for pit stops right now.
Several drivers braking for pit road. Leading the charge is Robert Dubendak. And Randy Post says Robert Dubendak 5 times fast, but I just said it right there, so Randy Post. You guys don't know Randy Post in the broadcast booth with me. However, he's been over in active duty. He hit time spent away from us, but man, as well. However, David Overstreet in the 0-2 currently scored as your race leader. Now as the timing and scoring resets, it's going to be the 35 of Doug Rice, but he's going to break for pit road along with several other drivers. Cody Ober hard on the brakes there, locking them up a little bit. Got a little sideways, no contact though. On the pit road safely. Alex Green in the 15 hitting pit road. Ken McCullough hitting pit road as well. These drivers all completing our pit stop cycle. The 7 of Josh Milam, who pitted earlier, full head of steam, trying to come around and be our new leader with a different pit strategy. Can he have the momentum to get around Robert Dubendak here? It looks like he's going to use some draft. Dubendak and McCullough going to separate there. McCullough on the inside lane. Nobody working with him. Dubendak going to motor on past. So Robert Dubendak in the 10 with Rick Seagrams in the 4. Those are going to be our new race leaders as they go by Alex Green in the 15 machine as he tried to get up to speed. And man, one green flag pit stop completed in this stage. Milam going way up to the high side. Josh Milam along the wall here trying to make a pass for the lead, Dave.
Yeah, and they had to go around the 89 of Ken McCullough. That's what was making those lines both go up the racetrack. And Josh Milam, I didn't think the strategy was right. I'm still not convinced just yet. He's making me look like I'm an idiot, like I truly am. So I don't know. Hopefully it works out for him, but I'm not so sure if it's going to pan out in the end. But if a caution doesn't come out.
Yeah, Josh Milam right there on the bubble of making it one more pit stop. And it looks like his pit strategy for the moment does not include any green-white checkers. We'll have to see how far he can stretch this fuel run. Everyone's going to have to make one more stop to make it to the end of this thing. The question is, can you make your stop and have enough fuel for the possibility of our multiple attempts, should they arise, of a green-white checker?
And on that outside road, Derek Connolly, first car, 1 lap down. He's trying to get his lap back the hard way. Right there, following the 12 of Christian Walker, has the 116. Mike Schultz behind him. They're going to go 3 wide, coming off a 4, going around a slower car out there on the outside. Still side by side racing, 3 rows deep. Anthony English, the solo car. Now he has company on his outside. Christian Walker with a push from Derek Connolly takes the lead down into turn 1. Josh Milam gonna have to settle in second place for now.
Walker leading his first laps of the race. Derek Connolly finding himself for the moment trying to be, back on the lead lap, but he is going to need the help of a caution. Cannot break away from the pack. However, he is now scored as the last car on the lead lap. He is in a very difficult position because all these drivers are racing for the lead. He is racing to be on the lead lap. He's got to be very careful around everyone. He does not want to take out a leader. He does not want to make a mistake. But he also does not want to give up his ability to race. Right now, that 28 machine doing exactly what he needs to do, putting himself back in contention. However, Mike Schultz in the 116 now taking over the top spot and going to slide down to the inside. Will Weber in the 24 once again leading the charge in the outside lane.
And just 2 rows behind on that outside lane from Derek Connolly, KR, is that 40 of Anthony English. He's also scored a lap down, so Connolly not only fighting to stay on the lead lap, well, first car 1 lap down. I mean, where do you go? What do? You can't slow down and let these guys race, because you have a race within a race right here developing right before our eyes. 3 wide. There goes David McCullough. I said they wouldn't go 3 wide. Prove me wrong once again.
Yeah, Jacob, we're going to lean on you here a little bit. What can you tell us about the situation that the 28 and the 40 find themselves in? They're racing each other, and they're racing the leaders at the moment. How do you go about doing this? What kind of mindset do you have to have right now?
You have to be very smart and very careful. Basically walking on eggshells, so to speak. But if you look at Conley, Tristan Walker, Josh Milam, those are all teammates. Same way with Anthony English, Rick Seabrans, and 24 car, sorry, I can't remember your name right now. They're
Will
all
Weber.
Will Weber, yes. Sorry, Will. I know I'll get that one at the end of the race. They've all raced together. Essentially, you got teammates on both sides of the track, so you're helping the teammate more than you're helping yourself, and that's what you're worried about. When I go a lap down like this, I'm worried about teammates. What can I do to help them, and then I'll take care of myself.
And McCarrick, KR, into the wall on the outside on the front stretch there, right in front of this lead group. Thought that was going to be a beautiful disaster, but fortunately all these drivers keep it straight. Will Weber still being scored as your leader. Rick Seabrans with a push on the outside from Anthony English, who now takes over that coveted spot for the lucky dog should the caution fly. Look for, Connolly's hitting pit road.
Have several drivers braking for pit road this time. Derek Connolly leading the charge. Our 1 lap down driver doing that, but lead lap cars include the 12 machine of Tristan Walker and the 7 of Josh Milam. Rick Seabrans in the 4 and the 24 of Will Weber leading their respective lanes. Now Seabrand's going to drop down to the inside. That is going to give the outer lane to our 40 machine of Anthony English. Going to try and work. As Mike Schultz jumped up the track a little bit. The 77's going to get turned. Now he's going to tag the 02. No caution just yet as everyone stays straight. But man, that looks like I've lost track of who that was. No caution yet, but someone heavily torn up and slow. Down on the pit lane they go. Give me just a moment. Try and figure out who that was. That is the 77 of David Booth.
Yeah, I believe David McCullough also collected in that. Couldn't see everybody that was collected in that, KR, but yeah, tough break for those guys. No caution.
And no caution. No one got sideways there, but a lot of contact, a lot of heavy damage to the 77 machine. The 2 of David McCullough losing the lead draft here is very slow without any drafting help, but the lead goes to the 4 of Rick Seabrans as the 9 of Nate DeFayette trying to work on his outside lane and make the pass for the lead. He has Duvendak out there with him to help him as we are looking at about 20 laps to go. And now DeFayette has no help as Dumendak dropped down to the inside lane. These drivers all laying it out there. They all know what's at stake here. And nobody really giving an inch and everyone running as hard as they can.
If I'm Rick Seabrands, being the veteran that I am, I'm on the radio talking to my spotter saying, get DeFayette in line. We've got about a 5-second gap. This top little group here, we've got about a 5-second back, 5-second lead to the next position. Let's get in line. Let's step it out a little bit more. We'll make our green flag pit stops together, and then from there we can race it out. But let's take advantage of the situation that we find ourselves in this late into the race. Only 20 laps left to go, so gonna be close for some of these drivers that were hitting pit road that last time to even make it on Fuel KR. So things about to get very interesting.
Yeah, these drivers here in this lead pack got about 5 laps left of fuel before they have to come down pit road. So when they hit pit road, we will complete this next green flag pit stop cycle. I do want to touch on some housekeeping here. We have one car that has dropped out of the race. That is Cody Eldred in the 14 machine. He will be scored in 26th place. Otherwise, all other drivers are still out there running. We started 26. We have 25 running. We currently, for the moment, only have 14 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap. That is 12 of Tristan Walker. Cody Ober leading the charge for the cars, 1 lap down. Those drivers are in a big battle onto the lap, and you can see Cody Ober in the 8th. For the moment, has this spot locked down. 89 of Ken McCullough, though, right behind him in that battle for the first car, 1 lap down. The 2 machine of David McCullough is in the mix of this group, running in 7th place. Got caught out in that little bit of caution, or not caution, but contact not too many laps ago. Lost a lot of time, but has found some help, drafting help. Right now he is in 7th place. But right in front of him, the 15 of Alex Green, in a must-win situation. He is looking at making, or not making, the playoffs for the first time in any of the leagues that he has ever been in charge of. So Alex Green about to set history for himself, and not the kind of history he would like to make.
History could be made here though tonight, but Nate DeFayette leading this field right now with Rick Seabrands in tow. Will Weber, Mike Schultz, Chase Berry. Not on the lead lap is Chase Berry, but he's still up here with this lead pack, pushing them. So good spot for Nate DeFayette to be in at this point in time. He can pit with one of the best in the business here at OP Racing Super Speedway Series. So, I mean, I like his chances for the rest of this evening.
Nate DeFayette in the 9 machine, getting some laps, having fully recovered from his mistake earlier at the end of stage 1. Now finds himself out front here, but green flag pit stops on order for these drivers here in the next lap or 2. And it's only a question of when they will come down pit road. We're looking at about 15 laps left in this 100 lap scheduled event. And man, Jacob, these drivers really are laying it out there tonight.
Of course, as always, especially on this race, we see Chase Berry 2 laps down. Him and 126 in tow. Oh, and we got green flag stop, so he is going to get his lap back. But let's see how perfect these stops are. All clear through there. Now we just got to make sure not to overshoot our box.
Yeah, overshooting your pit box, very troublesome late racing. There's a lot of drivers on the pit road. The 35 of Doug Rice really overshot his pit box. Looked like maybe he lost where it was. He's shot over by a stall and a half. The 4 Rick Seabrands, though, gonna win this race off of pit road. Nate DeFayette coming off second. These drivers got to get through the gearbox cleanly, got to get up to speed, because the 160 of Mike Schultz, I'm sorry, that was wrong button there. That is the 7 of Josh Milam. My timing and scoring updated at the wrong time. 7 of Josh Milam has made his pit stop. He is at full speed. He is working with the 28 of Derek Conley and the 12 of Tristan Walker. They're going to try and come around and pass for the lead. They're going to catch up to this group here. We're going to see another big old pack of drivers on the lead lap battling for the lead.
And I think the run that they're going to have out there, KR, is going to take them up there to the front right there with Rick Seabrands. But they're just, I don't think they're going to be able to walk away or blow the doors off of them or anything like that. I think this is going to develop into what we're going to see to the end of this race. These drivers going to start going side by side, maybe 3 wide here as we're starting to work under 15 laps here to go. So things in business about to pick up.
Well, Rick Seabrands in the 4 out front. Can he go 2 in a row? Building that momentum for the playoffs. Derek Conley in the 28 making the move to the outside of Rick Seabrands for the moment. Conley trying to get back on the lead lap. He needs the help of a caution. Now, the last car on the lead lap, but cannot pull away from these drivers.
And I was interested to see Robert Duvendeck not jump down there in line behind Nate DeFayette and try to help push that inside lane that was being led by Rick Seabrands there. Instead, he chose to go to the outside lane, and that basically gave the momentum to Derek Connolly to take away the lead of the race, even though he still finds himself, well, no, he's back on the lead lap now.
Well, Jacob, we're seeing this race pick down on the laps here. Some of these drivers seeing their playoff chances finish lap. Josh Milam in the 7 though is our race leader, but Jacob, you're Milam. What's your goal here as we're coming up on 10 laps to go?
Hope it stays green, and I hope your gas man got enough gas in the tank when you made that pit stop. Because I don't think if it stays green, they should be fine. But they have a green, white checkered, or even one or a second one, it's going to be very, very close.
For the moment, 7 and the 12 are leading this race. Dak in a must-win situation. 7, Josh Milam. Milam would love to pick up a win. The 12 machine, Walker, picked up a win very early in the season. He is locked in to the chase. Milam on the outside looking in as far as for wins, would make it in on points. Could he have a good points run here if he cannot pull off the win? But man, it's going to be so close for Josh that he feels he's in a must-win situation.
And I unfortunately, guys, I don't think it's going to work out for him. He's about 14 to 15 laps into this run. We have now taken just 10 laps to go. I don't think you can stretch 23, 24 laps out of the fuel tank. So I believe you're going to see that 7 hit pit road. Christian Walker's in the same boat. He's leading that outside lane right now, stuck out there. So if he runs out of gas, that could shake up the ending to a green-white checkered. 3 wide now for 4th place. They're going to settle that out. Nate Fate going to keep the position on the bottom. Robert Dumoulin trying to lead that outside lane now, but I don't see how there's a way for him to make it on fuel.
No, these drivers who have not pitted for the last 15 laps cannot make it. That is the 7 of Josh Milam and the 12 of Tristan Walker. As we got an engine that has gone up in smoke, that is the 28 of Derek Conley. He is topped an engine. He's already used his fast repair. It looks like his night is done as he was doing what he could to push his teammate to victory. However, when he let that engine go, that has cost his teammate the top spot. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, gonna assume the lead. And the 9 and Nate DeFayette slides into 2nd. Robert Dumoulin in the 10 machine, gonna try and take over the outside lane and make something happen there. We have 8 laps to go.
I think the biggest loser out of that bunch of Derek, not only Derek losing an engine, is Tristan McCarroll. He has lost all help in that. He's a good 2nd back now. He's on his own now. He may get the draft back, but there's a small chance of him getting it back now.
Yeah, he is in danger of losing the lead draft. However, I will say that timing and scoring shows him trending in the right direction to catch these guys. So he has an opportunity that is going to take him a couple laps to do so. Meanwhile, in those few laps, these drivers are going to start battling hard for the lead. Start mixing it up as now the 9 and Nate DeFayette trying to fend off 2 cars. He's going to get stuck in the middle here as Mike Schultz goes to the outside, Dubendeck to the inside. As we were 3 wide for a moment there, Schultz backed out of the throttle. And Josh Milam in the 7 is going to hit pit road this time. That is going to give the lead to Dubendeck. Dubendeck has enough fuel to make it to the end of our scheduled distance. If we don't have a green-white checkered attempt, Dubendeck has set himself up well, and it's almost a repeat of last week where Dubendeck had just enough fuel to make it. As man, I hope history don't repeat itself here.
Lightning doesn't strike twice, but bad luck does in racing. So I got my toes crossed at the moment.
I think he's going to be all right, guys. We're going to come this time around, take 5 laps left to go. 3 cars down there on that bottom lane, shortest way around the track. They should be able to keep it in front. And I mean, Duvendeck, he's got friends behind him that probably will not leave his rear bumper. So the momentum should stay on that inside lane. So Robert Duvendeck, I think, is sitting kind of pretty right here.
Our top 5 all running together right here, and then it is a 6-second gap back to David McCullough in the 2 machine. He is battling with Cody Ober, Ken McCullough in the 89, and the 82 of Daniel Harrington. Harrington right now finds himself 1 lap down. Cody Ober also in that 1 lap down category. Ken McCullough as well. So 3 cars there, 1 lap down. David McCullough, the only car in this group of 4 that is on the lead lap. Should these top 5 drivers take each other out, that could be the break that David McCullough needs. And he is far enough behind him that he could be slowed down while these 5 drivers finish crashing. But man, you don't want to curse these guys, and I probably did by saying that, so apologies in advance.
I'm watching big moves being made up here at the front. Nate DeFayette with a power move around the outside a lap ago. Moments ago, I believe it was off of turn 2. Duvendak stuck his nose underneath on exit. It was almost taken off by the rear end of that 9 machine. Will Weber made a big move to jump to the outside in front of the 116. Now DeFayette and Weber battle it out. 3 laps to go. Back down into turn 3.
Jacob, we got 3 laps to go. Nate DeFayette's leading this thing. Duvendak sitting second. Of these 5 drivers, who do you feel has the strongest chance to win this thing?
Well, Duvendak has redeemed himself, so he wants to redeem himself, so he's racing harder than normal. I've been very, very impressed with Nate DeFayette, a rookie, as well as Duvendak, but he's showing these big guys, Team Alliance Motorsports, that hey, I can be up here and I'm here to play. Now playing fair, that might be a different thing coming off of turn 4 on the last lap.
Duvendak, for the moment, has the lead. He got a nice shot by DeFayette heading into turn 3 as the white flag will be displayed this time. If they make it to the line before the caution flag flies, we will not have a green-white checkered, and it looks like they are gonna make it as Duvendak takes the white flag. Final lap of the regular season. DeFayette's gonna get turned sideways. He spins by himself. Everyone stays green. Duvendak trying to block the 24 Will Weber. Here comes Will Weber on the inside. DeFayette out of this battle for the win. Will Weber has no help for the moment. Here comes the 26 Hunter Reynolds. He's going to give him a shot to the back bumper. Duvendak has the lead. He's going to drop down to the inside. Mike Schultz in the 116. He's trying to slide in between him and Will Weber. Not going to make it happen. Now Weber going to make contact. Duvendak gets turned. And the looks like the 4 of Rick Seabrand's going to go 2 in a row as he crosses the finish line as your race winner.
Wow.
And Duvendak was flipping down the track coming off of turn 4. Disaster once again for that 10 machine.
As we go to our turn 3 replay once again to watch this very close battle as everyone was scrambling to make it to the checkered flag. Duvendak coming up short once again off of turn number 4, and the race win going to go to Rick Seabrand's in the 4 machine. Mike Schultz in the 116 finishing second. David McCullough pulling off a 3rd place finish here tonight. What a race. Man. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was... I seen moves being made, and it's the last 2 turns of the race. I mean, you got to go after it at this point in time. Mike Schultz was trying to get it done out there. He went to the outside and just, I don't know what happened there, man. In a blink of an eye, chaos ensued. Duvendak, hopefully he's going to be able to walk away from that, because that was a brutal, brutal wreck.
That it was, and guys, we're going to step away, set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the season finale as Rick Seabrands goes 2 for 2, picking the right time to get hot as he heads off into the playoffs, picking up 2 wins here before they kick off. Rick, what a race that was. Tell us about that last few laps there as you were in a 5-car battle for the lead.
Well, I thought our goose was cooked there, man. We went up high there with my teammate Robert, and then I seen in the mirror Mike Schultz. He made an incredible move and got underneath me there, so I was going to be stuck on the outside there. I thought my race was over, and then just seemed like all hell broke loose up there, and we kind of right place, right time. I actually thought Hunter was going to win it until the spotter said he was a lap down. So, man, that's crazy to win one like this. I just got to thank Alliance Motorsports, Yeti. This Camaro was super fast out there tonight.
When you pick up 2 wins in a row, your momentum, it seems like it is now starting to build. It took you all season to win a race. You pick up your first one of the season last week. Here you are once again in victory lane. You're picking the right time to get hot. Can you carry on this momentum going into the playoff round 1?
I tell you, if any team could do it, it's this team, man. We got hot last season too, and rolled that all the way to the final race. And this is definitely a nice momentum booster for us to go into the chase with 2 wins. I think we'll be tied up there with Travis Elliott, who's had a fantastic season too. But can't wait for next week to get started. Should be fun, and I know the fans are going to enjoy it.
Well, Rick, the playoffs, as I mentioned, are starting next week. You've survived regular season. How can you shift gears now and start focusing on just being in the playoffs and making it into round from here?
Well, I told you last week that that last race was a playoff race for us. That's how we went about it as a team, and hopefully we're just going to keep that focus and keep that momentum going. Because I think that's how you got to attack these races. It doesn't hurt to get lucky a little bit either out there.
All right, Rick. Well, once again, congratulations on picking up the race win here tonight. Any shout outs, thank yous you need to give for this victory?
Yeah, Yeti, OP for everything they do. You guys for broadcasting this race. All my Alliance Motorsports teammates. Yeah, can't wait for next week.
All right, Rick. Well, congratulations. And I believe that Dave has caught up to our second place finisher. That is Mike Schultz.
Yes, I have KR down here with Mike Schultz. Heck of a finish for you here tonight. Tell us a little bit about the race you had all night here.
It was pretty much just try to gain as many points as I possibly could. I really needed that win, so I had to make some daring moves. Bummed I missed out on some points on stage 2. Got some on stage 1, but we'll just see how it shakes out.
All right, and being the top rookie finisher, you can kind of put that feather in the cap if you would like as well.
Yeah, actually, we were sitting there running there at the end. I looked around. There was a lot of R's by everybody up front there, except for Mr. Sebring there. So, yeah, it's good.
Oh, tell us what was going through your head that those last 2 laps or so there, found yourself in great position. Did it ever cross your mind that I'm about to win this thing?
The whole strategy, I have no teammates up there. I feel bad for Sean, my teammate. He's had a rough start, and he just can't seem to catch a break. And so I knew I was the lone soldier up there running with all those guys. I really wanted to stay on the outside, and everything kept happening and kind of got shuffled back, and then everything started happening, and I knew I had to make some daring moves to try to win it. It's all I could do. Just giving it my best effort.
Well, Mike, once again, congratulations on a great finish here tonight. Second place. As you said, we'll have to wait here while everybody's in the control rooms doing all the math and pushing all the buttons and see where you shake out as far as the chase. But before we let you go, you want to give any shout outs to anybody watching or that may watch later?
Just got to give a shout out to you guys. You guys do a great job. This whole league. My teammate Sean, like I said, he always, when he gets the opportunity to race, he seems to have some bad luck, and sometime he's gonna shake that monkey off his back. But thank you to everybody, and we'll see how it goes. Have a good night, guys.
All right, Mike. Well, we'll catch up with you next week, and I believe Jacob has had the time to go get a hold of our third place finisher here tonight.
Hey, Mr. McCullough, are you around? Well, it sounds like he is either eating ice cream with his crew or he is using the facilities, which I don't blame him. After that burner, I've been jumping up and down every lap of this race. He has left the building. So, well, I guess that ends it for us. KR, what'd you think of that race?
Well, yeah. Wow. What more could be said about that final race in the regular season? We saw these drivers lay it all out there on the line, and Rick Brands pulls off the win and keeps somebody who did not have a win. Maybe someone like Nate DeFayette, Alex Green, anyone who was able to make it in the chase by picking up the win tonight. With Rick Seabrands picking up that win, he has eliminated some tough competition in the playoffs by stealing their one chance away. And man, I'll tell you what, that was a race right there. I mean, what I don't even know what more to say. That was a race. We saw these guys lay it all out there.
Yes, we did. And in fact, I got the tornado that I spoke about not having. So it looks like, Jacob, the only thing that we didn't have here tonight is your buffet. And brother, I hope you paying, because I'm hungry.
Well, about that, I'm a little short.
I don't think you're short. I've seen your pictures.
Yeah, I got nothing there.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. We are kind of waiting for our race admins and race control, league admins, league owners, whatever you want to call them. They are working through standing, and we will be right back after this to announce everyone that made it in case. But before we do that, let's go through our results here tonight. Rick Seabrands in the 4, making his second win of the season. He goes 2 in a row. Mike Schultz finishing in second place. Third place will be David McCullough. Will Weber finishing 24th. Alex Green rounds out your top 5 in a must-win situation, coming up just a few spots short. Doug Rice in the 35 machine finishing 6th. 7th will be Thomas Gold. James Mayer in the 95 finishing 8th. 9th place will go to the 07 of Scott Bellum. Josh Milam finishing 10th. 11th going to Tristan Walker. David Overstreet 12th. 13th going to Nate DeFayette. Robert Duvendak going once again to the checkered flag, coming out of turn 4, unable to finish the last few feet of the race. First car 1 lap down in 14th place. Daniel Harrington in the 82 machine finishing 15th. 16th will be Cody Ober in the 8th. 17th going to Ken McCullough Jr. John McCarrick in the 52 finishing 18th. 19th going to Hunter Reynolds. Mark Mann in the 20th spot, who struggled from the start of this race, still ends up 2 laps down here tonight. Les Levy in the 62 machine finishing 21st. 22nd going to Chase Swery. David Booth in the 77 machine finishing 23rd. Anthony English 24th. 25th going to Derek Conley, who popped his motor trying to help his teammate to the checkered flag. And Cody Eldred rounds out our field here tonight. As always, we do want to give a special thank you and shout out to our race control. That was Mark Vega. And guys, what a race this was. We want to step away for just a moment, and we will be right back with our race admins as we announce our chase contenders. No one go anywhere. Big announcements following.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated.
All right, guys, welcome back as we have Alex Green, our league owner, here to announce our playoff contenders for season 3 of the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. But before we get to that, Alex, we want to take a quick moment and talk about your race out there tonight as you end up 5th place in a must-win situation. You come up a little bit short. Can you tell us a little bit about what you went through there tonight?
Yeah, it was honestly, I had a blast out there tonight. Most fun I've had in a while. Started outside pole. I was really excited. I was going to get my first pole ever in iRacing, and then Hunter had to come in with that lap. But still have qualified really well. We ran really well up front. Had one little accident coming out of pit road where I didn't get the grip on the tires like I thought I did and looped it out of pit road. Thankfully, that was the only incident. I think I would have really had a chance to win it, but I struggled on pit road all night, sliding through my box, too far forward, too far left at one point. Just I don't know what it is about Daytona 07 and that pit road, but I just struggled all night with it.
Well, tough break for you, Alex. As we mentioned, must-win situation. You end up 5th, but still a great night for you as league owner. Get to announce our playoff contenders. So why don't you run us through our drivers here that we can count on for winning?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I want to thank everybody for such a great season. This is the third season. We've been doing it for over a year, and I think we keep getting better and better each year. And really want to thank the drivers for all their time, effort, and dedication that they've had. Without further ado, the chase field, locked in with the number one seed is Rick Seabrans. Came out with the win tonight, which pretty much sealed the deal. He is also officially our regular season points champion. So definitely congratulations on him on another great season, winningest driver in the league. I believe that was win 25 or 26 tonight in his career with us. Travis Elliott comes in with a 2 seed. Hunter Reynolds, best sophomore year I think we've had out of any competitor. Tristan Walker, Ken McCullough, Mark Mann, Cody Levitt, Scott Bellum. Glad to finally not have to announce him on the bubble. Doug Rice, Derek Conley, and Aston Belvin were the ones who were locked in by wins. And then in by points, we have James Mayer and then Josh Milam, with Dave McCullough and Anthony English missing the cut by, I believe, about 20 points. So if something happens where one of those guys either can't run the chase for whatever reason, then the spot will go to them in that order.
So the drivers coming to the checkered flag here, watch it on replay. That's something that is under review, or is everything here official, set in stone? Because there was some contact coming to the checkered flag.
Yeah, I mean, we review every finish. That's general policy. If a race ends under a incident like that, we'll always have an independent review. Ernie Williams, who doesn't run with us anymore, does a great job of taking a look. But really, our kind of policy with that is it was a must-win situation. People were doing, what they had to do to get in, and we let them race out there. And some people like that, some don't. But unless there's clear malicious intent of a guy just turning them for the win, then we won't do anything. But I haven't had a chance to look back at the replay yet, so I'll usually have it formalized by Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. But I don't see, from what I saw, I don't think anything that would change the play out of that.
All right, well, Alex, I want to thank you so much for a part of getting that information out to us. I know I, for one, am very thankful to be a broadcaster for you guys. I look forward to the next few races for the playoffs. And Dave, also, while we get to talk to Alex, what would you like to say to Alex here as far as for what this does?
I mean, what it does for me, it gives me the best view in the house of some of the greatest restrictor plate racing done on iRacing. So, Alex, I mean, hats off to you and all of the guys here, that the guys in the control room, the guys that review things. It's an excellent league to watch. You guys put on a show week in and week out. Fortunately, tonight kind of didn't work out for you, but I mean, going forward in the chase, is that going to change the way you might drive? Because I mean, you can let it all hang out with almost no consequences. So do you think that may ramp up a little bit of the battling that we see week in and week out?
Well, first off, thank you guys so much. Turn 3 has been a great partner. KR, you've been with us literally since day one, and we wouldn't be where we are without you. Dave, it's been great to have you. I do want to, before I answer your question, just clarify it's not just me. I started this league with Cody Ober and Robert Payne. Robert has taken a little leave of absence, and Derek's been filling in his place. But it's not just me. I mean, we have a great race control in Mark Vega, Robert Duvendak's been helping us a lot with points. Will Weber, Anthony English, Ernie. It's all those guys. It's a team effort, and of course our drivers. I have the best group of core drivers we could really ask for. So it's a team effort, and I'm truly a believer in the teams, and it's everybody from their first race with us to their 100th race with us to make this league what it is. In terms of me kind of changing my attitude towards the chase and how I race, honestly, I'm too afraid to. I don't want to be that guy who's going to mess up somebody's run for a championship. My team, I don't really have any dogs in the fight, so I'll run out there. If I have a chance to steal a win and do the upset, I'm definitely going to do it. But in terms of bumping aggression to do it, that's not how I like to run, and I would hope these guys wouldn't do it to me. So I'm definitely gonna go out there and try to build some momentum for next season, and hopefully now that things have steadied out, be ready to go for season 4.
All right, Alex. Well, man, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for announcing our playoff contenders, and we look for next as well. So, guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you join us next Monday night, round 1 of the playoffs. Dave, well, I expect more of the same. I don't know about you.
I mean, you could call me insane if I thought it was gonna be anything differently, because I mean we get the same results week in and week out. I mean, the names may be different on the leaderboards at the finish of these things, but week in and week out we see 2 wide battles, 3 wide battles, lap after lap, positions changing, fuel strategy, big wrecks. I mean, it's everything in all wrapped up into one race at 200 miles an hour. So I mean, how could you not love it? How could you not like coming back to watch it?
Make sure you guys do come back next Monday night, round 1 of the playoffs kickoff. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't done so yet, give the broadcast a like and a thumbs up. That goes a long way for the drivers. And until next Monday night, we're going to leave you all with a video provided to us by Derek Conley. Until then, have a good night.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.